What's going on, guys? It is your
You
guy
got out unscathed.
Crowshoof from the Crowshoof Game channel here, and today I'm going to be telling you guys a story on why I'm not going to be able to smoke weed for a couple months.
Bring up the trading
It
controls
could
and
be a year
upgrade
if
your
things
gear.
go bad. If things go bad, it could be up to a year. So basically, I'm going to be telling you the story. So
Perhaps more of Folter's
when
stories.
I was in high school on
You
May
earned the
5th of
money. Now spend it.
2017, I
Final choices,
was
people.
in
Enemies
my
on the scope.
classroom, and I'll just start this off from where it started. So the day started normal enough. I went through my first two periods, and then I decided
I'm about to shut the
to
pod.
do some bad things. I went out into an alley and I took out a bowl from my pocket, packed it with some weed, and smoked it.
Pod's closed. Go
And
make a
I
difference.
did that. I smoked the weed and
What have we
basically
here?
just got
No
high, put it in
subjects
my
to tinker
backpack,
with. I hope you
or
like
I think I put it in
pain.
my pocket. Yeah, I put it in my
Have
pocket
I scared you? Don't hide.
and I walked to my math class. And I was thinking in my head, I was like, oh man, this math
Come
teacher, Mr.
out, little
H, he's
pigs!
cool, man.
You
He's not
sure
gonna
then
say
you cope
nothing.
with gas? I wonder.
And
Can't run from my
So I
bullets.
went so I went to the class period late. That's probably one of the other things
You're
that
my
probably
new
was a bad idea is I went to
specimen.
the class period late on top of doing bad things,
Before
so you're probably
Stalingrad,
already
I loved
suspecting
the
I was
smell.
doing something. So I went
Time for some fresh meat.
and I just went inside the classroom. He didn't say anything, and I
Let me
went
test
to
my
the
new
back of the
nerve
class
gas.
where I sit with my friends, and my friends didn't know the harm they were causing because
That
they were
hurt.
like they could smell it. Like my friends could definitely smell it. They were like making jokes like, "Man, it
Time for a new
smells over here,"
experiment.
like loud
Let's
enough for
try
the entire
gas.
class to
Enough of
hear.
these little attacks.
And I'm just
Here is
thinking in my head
something
like,
more
"Yo,
to think
shut the
about.
fuck up, guys!" Like they thought this was a game. This is not a game. And
Am I meant to be impressed?
so I was just, trying to
Fools,
stay
come
calm,
here.
not react too much. And then they brought the teacher into it, dude. The teacher um, was close by, and they're like, Mr. H, it
Take
smells
a deep
weird
breath
in here.
now.
And he came over to the area, and he's like, I'll take care of it. And he came over and he sprayed some air
Submit
freshener.
to me.
And I was like, oh man,
I've
maybe this
chosen a
guy
new
is cool.
subject.
Maybe he's just like he's not gonna do nothing. He's just gonna spray the air freshener, and that's it. You know. So I was just chilling,
So much gas. What
and
will you do?
we had a worksheet to
That
do, so I was
hurts.
working on the worksheet.
You never
And
stood a chance.
while I was working on the worksheet, my friends,
You're
were
my
like,
news. Embrace your
"We're
death.
going somewhere." I don't know where
Am
they
I
were
meant to
going.
be
Could have been
impressed?
the nurse. I think they
Enough
might
of
have
this
gone with the
face.
nurse.
Now you schmuck can face new
And I
attacks.
was left
I
alone
have plans for you,
in
meat.
the table.
Strong,
And then
feast
literally, I'm just
constantly.
trying to do my work.
No!
I'm not
You
causing any
will fail!
problems,
I will use
not disrupting the
everything!
class, not
Everything I
literally not
have!
even
You
talking to
must
anyone.
fail!
Just grab the worksheet, looked at it,
Yes,
and
yes, yes,
trying to
yes!
do my work. You know what I mean? Just school shit.
Submit to me!
And
You want guns? Here! Go
so
embrace your death!
I'm just sitting there
You cannot
waiting
survive this
to
barrage! You cannot!
get done with the worksheet, and security comes
I
in.
shall harvest too late.
And at first, I didn't think it was for me. And I
Time
don't
for
know
some
why I
fresh
didn't think it
meat.
was for me, but I just sat there. I didn't like
Submit
freak
to
out or
me!
all.
No!
And I just sat there. And then
Die, die,
Mr. H
die!
was like, Zachary, and I was like, yeah. And he's like, you have to go with
Granata!
these
Die,
guys. And
swine!
they're like, do you have your
Die!
backpack
Die
with you? I'm
now!
like, yeah.
Come,
Like, grab it.
worms!
And
Wriggle
now that
over
I
here
think
so
about it, like that
you're
could have
my
been my
new
chance, because
specimen.
the backpacks. It's kind of hard to
Defeat is
explain.
inevitable!
Uh, but
Feed
basically
me!
the backpacks, there was like this cabinet, and I had mine underneath the cabinet. So I could have easily taken the pipe and lighter and threw it underneath the cabinet and just took the backpack with me. I could have done that, but instead I just grabbed my backpack. I had the shits in my pocket, and I walked with the security. And I was kind of freaked out. But I was trying to remain calm, like just walk, don't look so bad. And the one thing that the security monitor did that fucked up was he was like walking in front of me, and it kind of gave me time to think of a plan. So what I did was I I had the pipe and lighter in my right pocket, and I was drinking a Gatorade in my left hand, and I saw a trash can, and I stopped near the trash can because I had like a couple drinks left on my Gatorade, and like it was perfect timing, dude. Like he like started talking to a teacher, and while he was talking to the teacher, I drank the rest of my Gatorade, pulled the pipe and lighter out of my pocket, and threw everything into the trash can at once. And he didn't even notice. We kept walking up to the office, and I went in, and they're like, "We're gonna need to search your bag." They searched me. They searched my bag. They didn't find anything, but they were like, "Your bag smells a lot like weed. Why does it smell like weed?" And I just made up a story like, "Oh, my dad smokes weed, and I guess it just gets on my backpack." And they were like, "Well, keep your backpack away from that. You're arousing suspicion in class." And I'm like, "Oh, will do, sir." And I leave the class, and I'm so excited, dude. Like literally, I'm flabbergasted. I'm like, hell yeah! I just evaded that whole shit. You know what I mean? Just like, uh, and so I went back to the trash can that I threw it in, and I took it back out of the trash, and then put it in my backpack. Since next period was going to be PE, so I uh, I went and I just grabbed my grabbed my backpack, went to next period, and I was talking to some people I know. I was like, guys, like I almost got fucked. Like I said like that, I was like, I almost got fucked, guys. And they were like, what? How? And I was just like, I got called in the office. I threw the shit in the trash can. They didn't even know, and like they didn't even know. And they're like, wow, dude, you're lucky. And then I go to my next period, PE. I put the stuff in my backpack, put my backpack in the PE lockers, lock it up, and I think I told like a couple more people, which which really dumb of me. I should have just kept it a secret for the rest of the day. And so I went to PE, and I was running laps. Another security guard came in, and like I think for a brief second in my head, sorry, for a brief second in my head, I was thinking to myself, oh, what if they're here for me? And again, the teacher was like, Zach, you need to go with this guy. And I was like telling the security, I was like, they already brought me up to the office. Like, you must have like a false call or something. He's like, I'm just doing my job. They told me to bring you back up to the office. I'm like, okay. And we walked in through the office doors, and she, this, I don't even care. I'm gonna say her name right now. Um, the assistant principal of my school, Mia Miss Santi Esteban, or Santi Esteban. I'm not sure. I call her Miss Sant. Wait, nah, never mind. I probably shouldn't say that. So she's like, we had a report that you dumped a pipe and lighter into the trash can, and they're like, we're gonna need you to grab your bag. Where is it? And I said, it's in the PE locker room. You want me to go get it? And like, no, we'll bring a teacher with you. And I was like, fuck. And the one teacher they bring to get it is not even a teacher, it's the principal of the school. So we go uh, into the PE locker room, and I was just trying to find any way to get out of
Hurry up.
this.
Zeds are getting closer.
He's like, which one's your locker? And I just picked like a total bullshit locker. I'm just like, yeah, this one. And he's like, alright, I'm gonna go get the keys.
Time's
And I was
up.
like, you want me to just stay here? And he said, no, you come with me. So I'm like, fuck, there's another opportunity I could have had to grab my backpack. And so we get the keys from the coach, and he's like, here you go. And we walk into the locker room again, and so how this all started because the locker I pointed to, he's like, alright, open it, and I just like I dialed my locker combo, and of course it wouldn't open because that's not my locker. But so he's like, are you sure that's your locker? That doesn't look like the bag you had this morning. I'm like, no, I mean I put my bag in there, and he's like, okay. So we go and unlock the locker. And he opens up the locker and he grabs the backpack from his side. He's like, this is not your backpack. I'm like, well, I put my backpack in there this morning. And he's like, come on, we're going to walk around and we're going to see which locker has your backpack in. So I try to like walk him around this way, walk around that way. And like, he looks at the locker that I actually had my backpack in. And like, he opens it up. And that's my backpack, and he holds it in his hand. And like, now that I think about it, I just wish while he was holding his hand, I just took my backpack and just ran. Because if you have weed or anything like that with you, even a lighter, uh, if you go to the office and you have it in your pocket and they're like, well, we're gonna search your pockets, and you don't want to deal with it, you can literally just like stand up and just leave the school, because then all they can do is just suspend you for being off campus. So, you know, if it was my choice now, one, I probably wouldn't bring the pipe to school. Two, if I did, I would have left it in the trash. And if it got that far, I would have just grabbed the bag and started running, to be honest. So he grabbed my backpack, we walked back up to the office, and I knew I was fucked, man. I knew I was fucked. He grabbed my backpack, he started opening it up, and I didn't like stuff it down inside, I just literally just opened up a compartment on my backpack and just threw it in there. So he was like, what's this? And I was just like, how did that get in my backpack? Like, just being a total, just like, like literally, now that I think, I should just like, just shut the fuck up. You know, I was caught, just shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? I was like, how did that get in my backpack? You know, just really stupid shit. And he's like, yeah, sure. And so he grabbed the pipe, he grabbed the lighter, and he called well, first the assistant principal, Miss Auntie Esteban, she was like, um, where did you get this pipe? And at that point, I actually did like, I listened to myself, because I knew in my head, I was like, yeah, just be quiet, you know, don't even say nothing. And she's like, if you don't talk, we're gonna get the officer over here, and he's gonna fingerprint that pipe, and we're gonna find out if that really is yours. And I'm like, I just stayed quiet, you know. She's like, okay, and we called the officer over, and he came in, and he put the pipe in a bag, and I don't really remember much from there. But next thing I knew, we were in his office, and he was writing an arrest, because he's allowed to make arrests. He's actually like a police officer. And my aunt had to come get me, and like we leave, and that's basically how it all started. And then, so that was May 5th. And I was thinking in my head, they were like, we'll get a police over, or they're gonna talk to you, and you're gonna like, you know, have to go to jail and shit, you know. And I was just like, I was acting hard as fuck, to be honest. Like when they were trying to call my parents and none of them were answering, and they're like, if they don't answer, you're gonna be right into the jail and the police car. I was like, that's the only numbers. I don't care. Like I was acting hard as fuck for some reason. I don't know. And they just my aunt finally responded, and she was like, "Alright, I'll be on my way down." She picked me up from the school. We went home, and once we got home, they sent me a few letters to meet with a probation officer. And basically, like the first one was like not even important. Like literally, we went there, and she's like, "Okay, what happened?" And I just explained what happened, and she's like, "Okay, they're gonna be contacted again." And then we got contacted again, and this one was important because she actually like talked about this thing called a diversion fee, which is basically like instead of going on full probation, which is like a year, it just like a couple months, like 3 months to be exact. That you just have to follow the rules. You have to go to. It depends on person, but for me, I had to go to teen court, and it's basically like court, but with a bunch of teens, and you got like teen attorneys and teen judges and all that shit. And so I went there. I went. So I went to the probation meeting. She said I gotta do this, blah blah blah. And then I went to the teen court just recently, like literally. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Sometime. And they just assigned me to do two apology letters, one to the school, one to my dad for, putting up with me, basically. And that's basically where I'm at right now.
You've nearly
I
cleared
just
this
gotta,
batch
I
out.
wrote one apology letter already,
We can reopen the
made
trade
it really
flows.
sappy, but like I did mean most of the things I said. It just seems really sappy, but I did mean most of it. So I need to write one apology letter. I got a substance abuse workshop I need to go to next Saturday, and then I need to go to some other things. And then on November 20th or something like that, I might be cleared of the diversion fee, and then I can just go back to living a normal life. I'm not on probation anymore. I just, yeah, I'm free basically. So, leave a like if you guys enjoyed the story. It's just basically what's been going on for the last 3 months, and I have like another 2 months to go.